just heard about the Christmas BookTubeAthon, which I think sounds amazing, so I want to participate. Basically, the BookTubeAthon is just a chance for you to try and read as many books as you can in a short set amount of time, and there was one back in summer before I started YouTube, so I actually did participate in it, but I wasn't on YouTube, so I didn't make a video. But this time I am, so I'm going to, and I'm excited and I can't wait, and it's on a really awkward weekend, so God knows if I'll read anything, but I have made a list of some books. So basically it's next weekend, it's Friday 20th of December is when it starts at midnight, and it starts at midnight in your time zone, so it doesn't matter where in the world you live, you start from midnight. And it goes on until Sunday the 22nd. Now, I'm a little bit busy next weekend. Friday's okay. Saturday I'm going out in the evening, and Sunday I'm going out in the afternoon. So I'm hoping that I will be able to read in the mornings of Saturday and Sunday, maybe in Sunday evening as well, depends how I'm feeling. But I will do my best to get through the amount of books. So I just kind of went along my bookshelf and was like, what books have I had for ages that are not too long and that I could possibly get through in this time period? So I actually picked up 8 books. I know that is way too optimistic, but I thought if I choose 8 then I can sort of pick and choose from the list depending on what I'm feeling like. They're all between 300 and 400 pages because I want to be able to get through quite a few books and get them off my list and done. So yeah, let me show you the books. So the first one is Maria V. Snyder's Touch of Power. This one is the first one in the Avery of Kazan series. It's basically about a girl called Avery who she uses magic, and magic is blamed a lot in the world that she lives in for disease and all sorts of terrible things, so it's forbidden, and she uses it to help somebody, and that leads to her facing the guillotine. And that's all that the blurb really says, but I know that Maria V. Snyder is meant to be amazing, and I have had my eye on this book for a long time, so if I can get around to this, I definitely will. Next I have Through the Evernight by Veronica Rossi. This is the second book in the Under the Never Sky series, or trilogy. I read the first one earlier this year, quite a few months back though, and I really liked it, so I want to finish this one before the next one comes out. I believe that's sometime soon. It might already be out, I'm not sure. But this one is basically the continuation of the first, so I don't want to say too much about it and spoil it. But I would definitely recommend reading the first one if you like YA, because this is definitely a really interesting series and well written. I enjoyed it. Next I've got Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jessie Andrews. I don't really know much about this, and it's basically a contemporary story as far as I can tell. I know that a lot of people really rate this highly, and it's meant to be a really good book, so I'm definitely excited to see if I can get onto this. I've had this for a while on my shelf, so if I can get onto this, I think it's a standalone, which would be good because I've got too many series on the go at the moment, so hopefully I can just get this one done and not have to worry anymore. Next I have Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This one I got in my BookTube Secret Santa very recently, but I've had my eye on it for absolutely ages. I know that this series is kind of about a guy and a girl who meet because the girl has moved and the guy has some sort of magical powers. I have heard that this is a really, really good series, and I definitely want to get started. So that's that one. Up next I have the Dark Tower Book 1, The Gunslinger. This is by Stephen King. I have a box set of Stephen King, the Dark Tower series, but I haven't actually read it because I've just had too many other books. So on the back it says that this is supposed to be his crowning achievement book and one of his best, so I'm definitely excited to get around to this. I haven't read any Stephen King before, but I know he's amazing. So many people love his books, so I really, really want to give this a go. It's quite short, like all the others, so hopefully this is a good place to start because a lot of his books are huge, but this one isn't, so I can definitely get started on this in the readathon. I hope. So up next I have Switched, which is by Amanda Hocking. I have owned this book for a good year or so now. I found it in Waterstones, I hadn't heard anything about it and I just picked it up. I also have the second one in this series on my shelf because I found that in a charity shop and I just picked it up knowing that I had the first. This series is about a girl and her mum accuses her of not fitting in and being switched at birth and being a bit of a demon and a monster. Apparently she's part of some sort of culture that is different called the foreigning, and in that culture she is actually regarded as really special, not the monster that she is made out to be by her mother in the everyday human world. So it sounds like it's quite mystical and magical, and I like the idea of that because I love anything with magic, so I'm definitely excited for this. Up next I have Shatter by Dahari Mafi, and this is the first book in the series, and I don't really know anything about it. It's about a girl called Juliet and her touch is fatal to anyone who she touches, and it just sounds really interesting, and it's also written in a really different style. It's got a lot of big sections which have been crossed out and scored through, and I don't know if you have to read them or not, but I probably will because I'm nosy, and I know that it's a really interesting series and a lot of people love it, so definitely want to get onto this one. Definitely want to get onto all of them. And then finally on this list I have Brandon Sanderson's Steelheart, which is part of my December TBR. I have read pretty much everything else on my TBR already, or I am in the middle of it now, so this is the last one that I have yet to start. So it's kind of about these people called epics, and they rule mankind because they have special powers and they can preside over everyone because of their powers, and they are controlling, and it's about fighting back against these people who control everything. So as usual I'm sure it's going to be amazing because I adore Brandon Sanderson's books. I think his writing style is stunning. I think the covers of the series are beautiful, so I'm hoping that this will definitely get done in the BookTube readathon thing. So yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to see. So these are all of the books that I hope to get around to in the readathon. I do not know if I will get around to even half of them, but I mean, having the big selection means that I can kind of pick and choose what I want. If I read all of them, it will be about 2.5 to 3 books each day, because there's like 8 and there's 3 days. But we'll see how we go. I would be really happy if I finished 5 of them. I think 5 is a good number to say, considering how much I've got going on that weekend. So wish me luck. Let me know if there are any in this collection that you would really like me to read, or that you think aren't worth reading, and I will definitely try and take your comments into consideration when choosing. But I will probably just choose how I feel as well. So all of them I think will be good. I just don't know where to start. But I am excited and I think it will be really fun. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye!